Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, so now that we've completed Korthos, we're going to head off to the Borderlands. Now, to get there, from Korthos, towards where we spawn in, we have Cregan the Gatekeeper, and it does say keep on the Borderlands underneath his name. We can talk to him, we get some information, we can get some more information on the Codex page, but we talk to him, and he'll port us right into the keep here. Now, before I get into the actual quests themselves, there are a great deal of them here, which we will go through, as we're going through them. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the keep itself, once it loads us in. So that is one thing about this game. In all honesty, sometimes the load screens take a little bit longer. So, as I was talking about in one of the earlier videos there, that you can get your own horse and without actually having to pay anything. The way to do that is through this guy here. So you tell us about the wondrous mounts. Let's trade. So he'll trade 15 of these qual feathers for a horse of your choice. So you can't get any of the fast versions, as all they do is update and upgrade. So you've got the chestnut, the palomino, the dun horse, and the buckskin. So it gives you 4 different horses that you can choose from. And then of course each one has a fast version, which you use the base and then a horseshoe to upgrade. And all they do is increase the movement speed a little bit. Other than that, it's not big. Now, in order to do that, and to unlock those horses, obviously you need to keep on the Borderlands pack. And out here, all you have to do is do the Slayer. Each rare encounter out in this area does have the ability to drop those feathers. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to run a quick path that I like to take when I am farming for the feathers. It has a large amount of rares in these locations. As well, I'm also going to put a link in the description for the DDO Wikis page directly for the map of the Borderlands, which will show you all the Slayers, all the Explorers, as well as where all the rares spawn. That way, if you are looking, everything's in one place here for you. So the first rare that I always check is this one here, and he is up.
They've built
That's
a camp down by the water, right in the center of the valley.
Lizard man right there. Another thing to point out, if you do have this content, it is a great place for low-level gear. Everything from feather falling items to, other actual handy, decent weapons and gear. So it's definitely worth going through. So in here, we got the Featherfall Cloak. And we got it with a Mythic 3. I'm actually going to take and keep that. That was actually a really nice pull. I'm actually quite happy with that. Now, what these mythic items do is, wasn't thinking I was going to have to explain that in Slayer video, but what these mythics do is it adds just an extra effect to the item. So a lot of these chests have this item, but the mythic cloak, it adds an extra bonus. In this case, extra bonus to your physical and magical resistance, making you a little bit stronger and take a little bit less damage from physical and magical attacks. So you can't beat that with a stick. Alright, so that was the first rare. The next rare spawn location is actually right here on these hills here. Which clearly he is not spawning in. From here, there is one over here. Now this guy right here, he has actually a couple spawn locations. One being right where he's at now. The other one is he's closer towards those rocks. So, and here we go. Here's those feathers. So, there's another set of gloves again. Open lock disabled, great for thieves. Though as we already have that, I'm going to leave that in the chest. But these are those feathers. So as you can see, we killed 2 rares, gotten 1 feather. It takes a little bit of farming, and these feathers, they can be passed in a chest to you. So if you have a friend and you're running with a friend who's already gotten them, they can pass them over to you and, you know, help you get them as well. So once I kill those 3, or check those 3, I head up along the path here, and I just head down this path a little ways. This is the path that I normally take when farming them. Again, there are others, and there are more over that direction as well. But I find this is the least effort that I need to put in order to get and check these rares. There is another path which I'll actually show you here in a minute. I'll do a recall reset to just show you a bigger path that encompasses far more of the rares, and it goes in like a giant circle. Alright, so he is up here. So down it goes, checking again, and as you can see, another feather. So they're really not all that rare. I do want to point out that you do need a total of 15. So at the rate that we're going right now, we've gotten 2 out of the 3 rares that we've checked. Though one of the rares didn't spawn, but either way, that's still fairly quick, considering. Some of the other items are, well, I've farmed for days for some of these items that I have. Last one here would spawn right here at this little grave,
It's been neglected
but
for
clearly
many
he's
years.
not here. So what I'll do is I'll recall. I'm going to show you the I'll reset it again, and I'll show you the long path that you can take, which does encompass far more of those rares. For those that are interested here. So we'll just do a reset, and what this will do is the guys that we have killed, if it'll just respawn them for another chance that they'll spawn in and drop those feathers for us. So this time, however, rather than going that direction, we're going to make an immediate left going north. Heading up and around to this farm right there. And at this farm, there is a chance that there will... What the heck? Something floating in the air. And he's up. There we go. Chance that a Scarecrow is going to spawn. So again, you know what, there we are, another token. So as you can see, really doesn't take that long, really isn't too hard. And I'm actually going to grab bonus intelligence here for us. It'll be a little bit handier. The next one here is going to be up. So the rares out here also drop some named items, which are kind of handy. They do start repeating a lot. after a while. The other thing that they can drop are little cubes. Oh, and this rare is up already as well. Handy for us. So another one is the Mad Hermit.
A small hermit's hut stands here,
And there's
surrounded by well-tended beehives.
So this
The
one
place looks
spawns
like
in a
it's
few
still
waves
inhabited,
of enemies
even though the
to fight
caves
over
of
here.
chaos are just over the hill.
And then once you can take out them, he gives you his chest. Nice and easy. Lead's appearing, so there's some search and spot. And here's these silver ingots. So these are those cubes I was talking about just a second ago there. And what you can do is you can actually exchange them, and they give a description there. It's raw magical silver. It can be shaped into whatever weapon you desire. Bring it to the weaponsmith inside the keep on the Borderlands. So I'll go through and I'll show you guys those weapons. They're actually, for their level, they're actually really good and very decent weapons. They don't actually leave you too high and dry, which is, I'm actually quite surprised. Simply because, generally speaking, when a game gives you something for free, typically it isn't really well at its level. Granted, this is level 1, and most things are really good at level 1.
Small, squalid cave entrances dot the ravine
So
walls.
down in this general area,
These must be
this
the
is where
caves
all
of
the
chaos,
quests are
where
located.
the cultists and their
As
monster
you can see,
allies have made
there's
their
a
base.
whole whack of them. That's what, 5, 7, 8. So, a decent amount of quests out here. And they're all located in very short walking distance from one another, so we will pick up all the quests, and then we'll just do them one by one out here. Alright. I'm just gonna hop on my horse to speed this running up a little bit. Now, where I'm going to right away, you can actually go straight across here. I want to point out something over here. It's just the standing stone that's just a touch out of the way, and it's a little bit of brand marketing. If you're aware of the company that owns this game, it is Standing Stone Games, and this is their logo.
Enchanted stones stand in the ring. The weathered pillars look like they've been here for a very long time.
Alright, so yeah, this is their logo right here. And even the Explorer kind of points out that it's some magical standing stones, and it's a nice little ode. I appreciate it. It was a nice little Easter egg they included here. Alright. So now we'll just cross the water here. And if I remember correctly, which usually is not the case, yeah, it wouldn't be here. It's so up on the hills here. I don't remember if it's here. No, it's over here. Okay, here we go. There is a nest which has a harpy. And she's, of course, one of the rares. And here we go, yet another feather. So here's another one of the named items. It's a little shield here, which, for a low-level healer, nice turn on dead abilities. Alright, so that's those ones there. Now we're about to get where we, if I can learn to walk around a tree, get to right about where we had left off. in the other direction. So we just hop down here, and again,
You find a grave
this
here in the
rare
bush.
has not spawned.
It's been neglected for many years.
And lo and behold, our satyr is up again. Alright, so there's another one of the ingots that you get. And as you saw, another feather. So you can clearly see that it is going to take a little bit of time to farm out 15 to get that horse. However, in the grand scheme of things, I think that's what, 6
A small
feathers
fisherman's
already.
shack stands deserted on the riverbank.
So it really isn't taking us too far, or rather, sorry, too long to farm those out. Now, one I want to point out is there is a rare that is always 100% guaranteed to spawn. However, there is a little bit of work that you got to put into to actually get him to that point. Alright, so this one here didn't spawn. Just quickly poke her nose over here. It seems this guy also did not spawn. Now, in order to get him, the one that guarantees, oh, looks like this guy's up.
The keep under siege, the local lizard folk have grown bold. They've built a camp down by the water, right in the center of the valley.
Alright, in order to get it to spawn, you need to get 3 of these crests. So there's one just here. Now this one spawns somewhere in this village. It's not always at that location. Sometimes it's up top, sometimes it's in the middle. Its location does change, but it's always in this camp here. Alright. So the next bit is we're going to continue heading this direction here. And there are 2 possible rares up here. One is actually just up on top of this hill, towards where the shrines are. And one is down this web-filled crevice.
Dense webs cover the trees in this dark and isolated gorge.
Now, in this area here, even if this specific rare is not up, which it doesn't look like it is, this is where you can find the second crest, or the crest of the spider. Again, it's not always going to spawn right here on this rock. Sometimes it'll be just around the corner there, or even just right here. But again, it will spawn somewhere in this spider area. Alright, so I'm going to hop back on the horse for a minute and speed on through. going to head up this cliff towards these shrines. And if it spawns, it would be spawning right up here where the nest is, which it does not look like this one had spawned in. So we're just going to continue on this way. Now, generally speaking, I don't usually go this far out of my way when I am looking for these feathers, or helping others to get these feathers. Especially if you got somebody who's already farmed out their horse, they can hop on and quickly do a big circle, and then just follow behind them, you know, looting the chests. I do gotta point out that is a little bit dangerous, especially if you can't handle yourself, as if they're not stopping to kill, it will spawn a whole lot of enemies, which can get a little hairy. Alright, so we got another rare that can
Monsters
spawn here.
have built a small camp atop this hill, giving them a
If it does,
commanding
it'll
view of the
spawn
valley below.
towards the edge here. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's here. Alright, and that is that run there. There's one more that we can actually check, just too far out of the way. It is a little bit more towards south of the entrance. As well, we have one more crest to pick up so that I can show you the guaranteed spawn location. Alright. So that other rare that can spawn, it actually spawns on that mud pile here. Just right there. But it also looks like this guy is playing hide and seek with us and not actually spawned in. Alright, and our third and final crest is actually located up top there. Now, one thing that I've done often is when I'm farming for these feathers, I'll run in from the entrance and run directly to the tower, collect the crest. From there, I move over to the Lizardman village and just continue that direction to pick up the third crest at the spider encampment, I guess, the spider nest, and go from there. So, like the other two locations, the crest can spawn
This was once a great and
two
impressive
spots
camp,
within
but
here.
it was reduced to rubble in a battle long ago.
Generally speaking, it's right around this corner here. But it can spawn in a few locations, such as just down here on this, as well as another bit of rubble over there. But it, again, will always spawn somewhere in the tower region, just like the other two spawned in the lizard encampment and in the spider trenches. Once you have all three, you're gonna actually want to head almost towards the entrance of the zone again. To just on the other side of those rocks up there. And you'll always see the chest is up. So this one here,
You get an uneasy feeling as you approach
and all you
this
gotta do
ancient
is
altar.
place these crests. It spawns in the enemy. Do what you do, and there's the guaranteed one that's always up. Just takes a little bit of work to actually spawn them in. Alright, well that's that for the Slayer area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall here. We're going to leave this video off here with just going through and exploring the area. And the next videos will be, I guess, starting right in on those quests. Between the intermission here, I'm also going to grab my level up. Actually, you know what? Right here, right now, let's quickly finish that off. And take our level. So here we are just down here. And our trainer is Artificer, right here. So we're gonna advance to the next level as Artie. Level up everything that we have already put points into. Now it does give us a choice for a feat. Just populating my list here. Now one I always pick is my completionist. Gives us a nice boost to stats and skills. And at this point here, we now have access to our second level of spells. Well, that'll be it here. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good one all.